Damn, that was better than us.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Damn, on the hater.
So the other day, Marley and I were having a conversation about what, in her opinion, was an underrated or an overrated car. We decided to bring it to shift talking, and with the group, we were just gonna go ahead and talk about both, right? What, in our opinions, is an underrated car or an overrated car?
Because there's a lot of them out there.
There's a ton.
Yeah. Everybody has their favorite car. I think it's their favorite car. Oh, this is the best car ever made. Blah blah blah. You know, so that's good. It's good. Let's talk. Let's talk about some.
You guys are gonna hate my overrated.
Oh, you're gonna hate mine. I think mine's
We're probably gonna have
my
the same
overrated.
One.
I don't know.
Have the same one.
I don't know if I have an underrated, but I definitely have an overrated.
Can I ask a question before we get started? Is there a way to look at it objectively, or is it 100% going to be subjective?
No, it's subjective.
It's all subjective.
Yeah, it's all. I think
It's
we're
all
just gonna go
subjective.
by what we see. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think it's gonna go by what we see, what we know.
Okay, Max has to go first then.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
Oof, I'm gonna get. You know why it's so hard to explain this? It's because it's the opposite of what I'm into. It'll make sense right now. All right, so let's start off with the most overrated car that I think.
Let me get my machete because I think it's coming towards my way.
It's not a GT350. I like GT350, but it's the freaking 2018, 2019 automatic 5.0s. I think those things are super overrated because when they came out, it's like, yeah, bro, anybody can step on the gas. But they make it seem like it's the fastest thing in the world.
Fastest thing.
Which is the fastest thing in the
I mean,
world.
you can build it. I mean, don't get me wrong. For its potential, it's awesome. But I think it's overrated for how people hype it up. If that makes sense.
I can agree.
Right?
I can agree with you on that, and I can agree, you know, that a lot of people thought that this Mustang, the 2018, 2019, was the end all of all Mustangs. Like this was the one, you know.
And then they started having tranny issues.
Yeah, they have tranny issues. When you put power to them, the guys are blowing up their trannies, their drive shafts. You know, so yeah, I agree. That's a good example of an overrated car.
I'll tell you that. Sorry,
It's
guys.
a good one, man.
Sorry, Mustang owners.
Yeah.
Even though I'm one. But
Yeah.
underrated. And the reason why I say it's underrated is because I freaking wanted one since the day they came out. Chevy SS, 4-door sedan with freaking power, dude.
One
Those things are
point
fucking awesome.
for Chevy.
And I'm biased to 4-doors. I know I drive a Mustang, but I love 4-doors. If I would get any other car, it'd probably be that Chevy SS, man. So I think it's very underrated. You don't see it very often. It's nice. It's clean looking. It's very elegant looking for what it has under the hood. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So those are my two.
Well, it's a LS1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Under the hood, and it's a 4-door passenger car.
But it looks classy. Like it doesn't look like a race car. It
No,
doesn't look like
and
a
I
race
think
car. It looks clean.
And I think that's probably why it's underrated, because it does just look like a regular passenger car.
Oh yeah, you see that in the street.
But you can look at it as a sleeper.
Yeah,
it can be a
huge
sleeper car.
That's why I think it's underrated, because I don't think a lot of people build them. I don't think a lot of people talk about them. But it's just one of those cars that if you see it on the street and you think it's a freaking Malibu, your ass is gonna get left behind. So,
You know what's funny is that car in Australia is under a different brand, and it is huge.
I know. I see every SS here.
What, they're called Holdens, I think, in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are huge out there.
Those are baby making cars.
So I know I'm a Ford owner, but I gotta.
Those are good examples.
What about you?
Oh, you're gonna hate me. People are gonna hate me. YouTube, you're gonna hate me. The damn Supra, not the new one.
The old one?
The old school.
Right.
It's like, really? You know, for me, that Supra, it's a great car. But I'm tired of hearing about that motor. 2JZ, whatever.
What's wrong with
Allen,
Jay-Z?
But it's just,
It's
you don't see them.
You should show when he says the Jay-Z thing. You should show Jay-Z with his hands like two of them.
But you know what? It's like that Supra. I'm just tired of hearing it. One, you don't see them. You know, they are kind of unicorns. Number two, they drive like they're not the ones that you do see. The examples that you do see, they're not very good examples. You know, so for me, it's just a car that I think that a lot of, when Fast and Furious came out, that was the car. You know, I mean, and for me, I just was never real. I like them. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it is what people hype it out to be.
30, 40 grand. Still.
I don't think they're worth 60 grand, 50 grand, 40 grand.
That's how much they're selling.
Yeah, and you know, it's a 20-year-old. It's almost a 20-year-old car. This for me, it's like, really. I go, you know, I'd rather buy something else. You know, I mean, but that for me, that I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of hearing about that car. You know, and I'm tired. You know, the Skylines, the Supras. You know,
move on to the.
Yeah, this is in the tuner. You know, the tuner scene. Underrated car, I don't think I have anything that I can think of right now as far as underrated cars. You know, because you know, I mean, I just don't have one.
We'll get back to you at the end of the show.
Yeah, maybe I could think of something, but I don't think there's any like underrated cars that I can think of. You know, yours was a good example.
How about V6 Camaros? Those are underrated.
No, those are
standard. They know
those are underrated by everybody.
They're staying in their lane, so they know where they're at. You know.
You know why they're staying in their lane? Because they can't get around.
Fake news.
Ouch.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Max is shooting.
I know.
Yeah, he's shooting.
He's fired.
He's
shooting.
He's loaded up. Got a couple mags.
Do you want to go ahead and talk about yours? Or do you want me to go ahead and talk about mine?
No, I can talk about mine because it's funny that, you know, he says Supra, but for me the most overrated car on the face of this planet are R35s. I don't like. Well, okay, don't get me wrong. The car itself is amazing, right? It is a really cool, amazing car, but it has this fanboy collectiveness around the R35s.
A cult?
Like there's a cult, right? And it's so overrated. And I know cars that are faster for a portion of the cost of that car, right?
The 2018 Mustang.
V6 Camaro. No, I've never. But yeah, no, I think those are the most overrated cars ever. I have respect for the R34, the R33, the R32, like those cars. I still think those are fantastic cars, but the R35s.
I think why people get so hyped up on them is it's the power plant, how much they can do with the turbos, you know, because you can't make them super fast.
But also they come with automatics, so you think it has to do something with that too, because the people that get in them and drive, anybody can get in and drive them, so it's more popular to anybody. It's accessible to anybody, whereas a GT350 or a stick shift freaking car, like not anybody can drive those cars. You have to know how to drive stick, number one, and then to put the power down, you have to know how to freaking.
Well, then if you're gonna say that, then like the Porsches like up at the same level.
Well, Porsches, I don't think they're over. I don't think they're overrated.
They're twin turbos, right?
Yeah, but are they overrated? You think they're overrated?
No, I don't think they're overrated. Yeah. I just think that car is overrated. Like there's literally nothing about that car to me that is special at all.
About the GTR?
About the R35,
R35 specifically.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything special about it. It's heavy, it's quick, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, there are other cars.
And you know what, I'm going to agree with you on that one because, and this isn't my overrated car, but I'm going to agree with her on this one because, in my opinion, I feel like the R35 really took the Skyline legacy in a completely different direction than what it was ever supposed to be, or not what it was supposed to be, but what it was. You know, it took it in a different direction.
Well, yeah, because now you see them, you're bagged, and you're flared.
Well, that's any car.
No, but it's for the Skylines. Don't drive a basic Skyline off the lot, right?
Yeah.
Because you won't be even recognized. But you have to bag it and then put a Liberty Walk on it.
You guys are tripping. Every time I see a Skyline with a stock, I look at it. I mean, maybe because I'm a.
Well, no, I mean they're nice cars.
No, but what I'm saying is that's why they get them.
But I think it's because it's a Skyline. Like, shit, I would love to own a Skyline.
I know, but
I have a Skyline. Like, it'll be a big accomplishment.
But the guys that are buying them that's their purpose.
No, hold on.
To bag them and Liberty.
Would you rather have like an older model or an R35? Like, that's the one
like,
you want.
If somebody came up to you and said, "Hey Max, you can have either the R34 or the R35 at no cost to you, but you have to pick one. You cannot have the other. Which are you going to pick?"
The only reason I would pick a R34 or R33 is because they're stick shift. I wouldn't pick a R35 because it's automatic. If I had the choice. Now, if somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, you can get an R35," I mean, shit, I'm gonna freaking get the R35. I'm not gonna say no.
I mean, if someone was gonna give me one, I'd take one too.
No, because it's overrated.
And we're not saying we don't like these cars.
I'm not saying.
We're just saying we think they're overrated. Yeah.
I don't think I see them enough. Maybe personally, I don't see them enough to figure that they're overrated. Like, you know the power they can put down, you know how they are.
That's true.
So that's just my opinion.
But the funny
That's
thing
it's your opinion, not mine.
you know what it can do, and then there's already a cult and a community around R35s that don't do that. They go for, you know, well, I mean, it happens everywhere, but
they're purists. There's purists.
there's purists, and
then there's like tuner car show.
Yeah, those guys. And
Yeah.
I just think they're
Yeah.
All our cars are fucking Mustangs that are supposed to be track beats.
most underrated car of all time is a Fiat Abarth. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's a fantastic.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
YouTube. Marley.
No, I'll tell you what. That exhaust note on the Abarth is definitely underrated. That shit sounds sick.
Dog,
And that's
it's so
completely stock.
freaking loud.
If you guys have not heard that car, man, you guys need to put an audio clip of that thing because
No, seriously. We put that car in the lift when we first got it because it has one accident on record,
Yeah.
right? So we wanted to see if there was any frame damage, anything like that. So we put it on the lift. It's literally got a straight pipe exhaust from the catalytic converter back. And you know it's not modified because the pipes are Fiat stamped.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Dude,
Yeah.
it's not. It's
it whistles like you can tell it's straight pipe because of the whistling, but it's like that shit sounds like a beast, man.
It sounds way scarier than it is, but
Yeah.
that thing is underrated. That is a fun car to drive.
Danny, yours.
Your turn.
Okay. In my opinion, for overrated car, and I'm gonna bundle them up together, any supercar in the range of $150,000 to $250 or $300,000. $300,000 are overrated. And I'm talking about Ferrari 458s, Lamborghini Huracans, and people can get mad at me if they want to, but I see these cars in person and I'm just like, okay, you have cool carbon fiber, sure you're light, and you've got a pretty damn sweet power plant, but I look at these cars like there's nothing about that impresses me
Anymore.
anymore.
You were younger.
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
sure. When I was a kid, I'd probably go crazy over seeing these cars in person. But now as an adult that, you know, is involved in this car community and gets to see them often regularly, I look at them like, you know, I know actually a couple guys driving Supras from the 90s that can beat you in a race. You know, it's like, if we're looking at power, I know people who have built stuff that can beat it. If we're looking at just styling, I know cars that look a lot better people that we hang out with.
Nothing looks better than a Lamborghini. Sorry.
Well, hang on though, because I didn't say all Lamborghinis. I said like the range of up to like 300,000 to like
So
a
the base
Huracan.
models.
Yeah, like the base models. pretty
Like a
much.
Gallardo.
Like a Gallardo or a Huracan.
Yeah.
Because if you look at an Aventador
I think
SV,
Gallardo is overrated. For me.
Oh yeah, for serious. I love when people like get excited. They're like, "Oh my god, it's a Lamborghini!"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my god, it's a $70,000 car!" Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now.
You know which ones I do like though?
The Centarios,
The older
the
exhaust.
Countach.
Yes.
Dude, I think they look way more
I think
timeless.
Lamborghini had a fantastic car in the 60s, and it's this little car called the Miura.
Oh yeah.
And that's actually gonna be, so it's kind of funny because I'm contradicting myself right now. That's gonna be my most underrated car, the Lamborghini Miura.
I don't know if you can count that as underrated though. I don't feel like I think.
I don't think
people
anybody
know.
underrates that car.
Yeah, nobody underrates that.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
foul.
not fair? Okay.
Hard
No,
pass.
that's a gem.
Hard
That's a
pass.
gem.
Yeah.
No one's gonna say that car's
It's gotta be
ugly.
something like-
That car's very recognizable.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
can't.
It's gotta be something that's like
Something more mainstream.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a touring.
Okay, fine, fair.
Just- come on, let's go.
Let
What's your
me figure
underrated
this out.
car?
Let me figure this out.
Come on.
I know. I'm trying to. What was the last car meet that we went to?
Wow.
Fabulous Sports.
No,
No.
that's coming up.
No,
Ponies at the
Spring
Pie.
Fest.
Spring Fest. Okay.
Underrated cannot be iconic. It can't be iconic.
I don't think it. Man, this is hard.
It
you
is hard.
guys.
That's why I couldn't answer it.
It's hard.
It's hard. He got lucky. He picked.
do you mean I got
picked
lucky?
One. He picked one. He picked one.
I do my homework, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
Can I say Dodge Magnum SRT8?
Yes,
As
you
an
can.
underrated car.
That is an underrated
You could say,
car.
yeah.
Oh
You
my
could
God.
say that is an underrated car.
If
But it has to be the
anyone-
SRT8 though. It can't be
Not-
the SXT.
Not
Yeah.
the any
It has to be the
SRT8.
SRT8.
If someone has one for sale, I'm looking for one. I want to buy it.
Oh, is that where we're at now?
That's where we're at. I want to buy it so
That'd be-
bad.
Bye.
Like this.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Bye.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna say that is my underrated car.